Welcome to the Protein Bros podcast. On today's episode, we have Wes Hamilton and Ronnie Hill. These guys just opened a very cool new concept in Kansas City called Inclusive Gym, and it goes far beyond just being a gym. It is a gym that is built for adapted athletes, so it has all the equipment that you could want for somebody who is dealing with a disability, and it's also basically a community center. So it's a place that like-minded people can gather, they can work on things. Overall, it's just a very cool concept that is new to Kansas City. We have had these guys on the podcast before. They're good friends of the podcast. They're good friends of Supplement Superstores. We talked about what it's like to open a business and go through the process of building out your first business. It was a great conversation. So let's get you guys to the podcast.
Wes and Ronnie, welcome back. I had no idea you knew each other. So the best part about all this is just getting to hear the story about how you guys met, because you guys both have awesome individual stories, but there's got to be a story here behind the two of you guys coming together.
I don't know.
No idea?
You know what? The way that I can look at it is definitely knew of each other and kind of got in the same space as we worked together at a certain gym here in Kansas City. And I think that we created this collective of like-minded individuals within that space. So it was me, Ronnie, and I think two other individuals that were there. And we kind of created this, I don't know, I won't say a clique, but it definitely was like we would go out, we would go have lunch, we would go have drinks or something, and we would brainstorm everybody's intentions, everybody's visions, and we found a lot of alignment within each other, and then it kind of just built relationship from there. At least that's my perspective.
I'll be honest with you. Sounds about right.
You got to have those rough times. I think we've had times where we went out of town and had some good, you got to learn about a person from in and out, after you learn that about a person.
Give us a little drink. Let me hear a little bit of that story.
We all.
Oh man, I would say the Houston trip was something else.
Nice.
The flight went from a 9 o'clock flight to me not getting home till 11 p.m.
It was a 9 a.m. flight that turned into you getting home at 11 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
What time did you guys get home? I mean, get home to the hotel or wherever you were staying.
Oh, that morning.
Yeah, it was
5 in the morning.
It was 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
we found
ain't nobody making it to the airport by for a 9 a.m. flight. Get home. At
Did
5
we miss the flight?
We did, but it wasn't our fault.
I remember that now, man. We was definitely.
Was this a guys trip?
Yeah, I was about to say, is this guys trip or what was it?
It was a mixture. It was guys and girls, But again, we had created this community. I would say it's community. We still got it. We called it the collective. And so, yeah, we all got used to being each other's space. And so we just was all right, man, we should go ahead, take a trip. And Ronnie had great connections down in Texas. And so it was really a good vibe. I can't remember everything. I remember losing my phone. Leaving it on the table. I remember it was a lot of party time. This was post-COVID.
It was right after one of my shows too.
It was. We did celebrate
post-COVID and post-bodybuilding show.
It was right after.
That's a bad combination for one to get a rowdy.
I got off stage and headed to the airport 30 minutes later.
Yeah, we took a trip.
That's awesome.
I think that's what it was. We were celebrating Ronnie and his work.
So that's the foundation of basically you guys' relationship and what kind of spawned the new gym venture that you guys are opening, or you guys just recently opened, called Inclusive, correct?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice. Give me the elevator pitch behind, what the vision for the gym is.
Ooh.
Inclusion for all.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty good name, but it kind of says it in the name, know. So what's inclusion mean to you guys from a gym perspective?
Well, I mean, frankly, we can speak from my own personal perspective. There's a lack of gyms that represent a space for all bodies.
Right.
And so for us, especially me and the target market that I am serving, we just never had a space that you felt like you belong. And then looking at every other individual that's within that space, their target market or demographic that they serve also has the same feelings. Rather, it's someone that is training nothing but women, and women feeling insecurities when they're in spaces, or like, training athletes, but not really getting that intention to like that one-on-one or understanding like how to amplify like your craft. And so all of those things came together. Like we all dealt with hurdles going into your everyday box gyms, no matter where you were.
So when you say inclusive, you're basically saying not only is it like there's adaptive aspects to it for like, people that are, dealing with, all sorts of disabilities, but it's also seeing those people in the gym that also creates a better community. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Like everybody should be included.
Right.
And I think the way that we put it is that like inclusion wasn't the afterthought, it's the foundation. So like when you can think of everybody as you're creating and building, then you don't leave nobody out. And when you're thinking of a space, especially for people with disabled bodies, it doesn't have to look like a rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and most people, they become debilitated within their injury because of the spaces that they are a part of. Mm-hmm. I don't feel great going into a place that always looks like the hospital.
Sterile,
right?
Like straight white, like it's a hospital. Which I mean, you guys your gym's beautiful. Like it's got a modern vibe to it. Like we were talking about before, it really has a cool branding behind it. Which I mean,
a vibe that matches what you were looking for. You know what I mean? Like it's obviously I would say it's the antithesis of a rehab facility or a hospital kind of environment.
Yeah, you come into it and you actually feel like you're in the gym.
Right. Well, it's you get what I would say is like a trendy, cool gym.
Yeah.
But with adaptations to make sure that it's inclusive to all, which I feel like you guys nailed it. You know what I mean? Tell me, is there anything you would edit what I'm saying here on that?
No, I mean, honestly, so when we think about inclusive wellness, there are a lot of aspects. And like when we were even conversating about a wellness space, we had to think beyond fitness, right? We needed a place where people just felt comfortable. So when we're talking to our members, where we're talking to people that are coming in, we let them know, like, we would love to train you. We would love to see you work out. But if you just need a place that you can decompress, but it's also built around community, this is where you come. So if you just want to come today and watch TV and sit on a couch and be around plants and things, that's what we want for you. You want to go recover and lay out on the massage table and things, do that. And we got a TV in front where you can stretch and relax, but there's no pressure to what you want to do to be well. Mm-hmm. Then the other part for me was co-working. So we added a co-working space into the gym, which in so many ways, just because I do fitness doesn't mean I don't work. Mm-hmm. Right. And so a lot of our clients, and this is just me watching individuals like Ronnie train and watching his clients have to run out the door so they can take a quick meeting on the phone in the car.
Or have their laptop on them while they're training.
Mm-hmm. Like, all right, a lot of laptops be running while they're getting trained. And why not create a space where people can now go and be comfortable enough to say, man, I just got a good workout in, or maybe I got 30 minutes in, I can go take this call
and come back out
and do another 30 minutes. Or like someone that is in gaming, right? Like, so when we think about our creator, it's called like a creative space / co-working, because it's built for you to go in there, rather you need resources, rather you need to work. So we have 2 stationary computers in there. We plan on building some more out. And we have just monitors in there so that people can go and plug their computers up so that they can do double screen, whatever work they need to do. But then it's tailored to the creator that needs to come in and edit the videos that they just filmed in the gym. Mm-hmm. Or, maybe you got someone that's big on esports and they just need a place that they can go and game for 5 hours quietly and then come out and work out. Because of course, like, that's a conversation too in the wellness space. It's like, people game, but they're not active or they're not healthy, or, you know, anyone that's behind a computer, you hear bad reviews sometimes and like sitting all the time. So we wanted to bring that into the space to say that you can do this and you can still be well, but then even you could do this area, but this is wellness too. Like finding the quality of life, finding resources, finding opportunities, creating that space where you don't have to leave because it's a hub for all things is really what the vision was. And that's the inclusion.
It makes it a little bit more comfortable for people to come in and see this is not just a gym space.
Yep.
You don't have to be here. You don't have to work out just to be here. You can come in, you can chill, you can do all that. Like, my clients don't go home after their session.
It's almost like a community center over a gym, right?
It does feel like that.
More like a community center.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like a YMCA, but you know what I mean, for all.
This is somewhat off topic, but you know, you guys just got done building a gym. You guys are busy as far as entrepreneurs. This is something that we talk about a lot, is the difficulty when your business is focused in the fitness industry of carving out time for yourself to focus on fitness. How have you guys been doing with that aspect of things with a new gym?
Honestly, I don't find it hard.
Really?
I don't think either one of us find it hard.
Yeah.
No, I get it in every day. I got it in before I got here today. Like,
right. There's an element of being in a gym all the time that you're like, well, I got, you know, plenty of time to do it.
Well, and then for me, I'm like, with the space that we've created, at least, again, I know that there's no reason for me to go somewhere else because there's everything in there that I need personally with my body, with my disability, and I can go in there and then I can relax, I can rest, like I can work, like everything that I like to just do is in this space.
Right.
You know,
it's like a clubhouse for you. You know what I mean?
And that's
you guys got a bunk bed in there, or what's going on?
We got a massage table.
Yeah, it turns into one, right?
Basically, you can use it, you know. But that's really it, man. It's like, at least for me personally, I've traveled enough to go to a lot of spaces, and I mean, a lot of spaces are very welcoming if you're new to it. They want to make sure that they can try to work things out for you, but being a part of that community aspect, sometimes you just don't get. And again, like, I do want people to understand, like, inclusive wellness is not just for people with disabilities. It's speaking to everybody, and if you have a disability, you know that you belong there too.
Right.
But there's no way that we're trying to promote it where that we just created a gym for people with limitations. No, because we created, like, I can use an example. Ronnie can have a client come in that has been fully functional and active, and then I think they went out of town and did a lot of walking, didn't know that they was going to get a particular, like, some pain and maybe a mild injury, but because now we've tailored equipment into the space, they were able to still come in and get their workout in without having to feel intimidated because they wasn't able to do the things they did 2-3 weeks ago, right?
We don't have to outsource them to go somewhere to deal with, I'm not going to say minor injuries, but injuries.
Right.
Like, we have the equipment we have there. This particular client, I helped her rehab her knee back to where she can walk comfortably, swelling went down, stuff like that, without putting a lot of impact and stress on it.
Nice.
Ronnie, let me ask this, Kyle.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you've trained at a handful of other gyms. How many gyms have you trained at in your time? This is a long count.
It's really just been 3 places.
Okay, and to finish that thought is, you've trained at 3. You've seen a lot of other gyms operate.
Yeah.
What sets Inclusiv apart here, and what are you noticing, like the positives, you know, the pros, the cons, the things that come along with it? You know what I mean? As you compare it to your other experiences.
Well, for us, we are really about the community, but it's the execution beyond it too. Like, I've been in a gym where it was about community, but the execution wasn't there. I've also been to a gym that wasn't about the community, but, you know, they had all the bells and whistles and stuff like that. And it just wasn't, I didn't feel comfortable there. I didn't feel like it was me. So Inclusiv, yeah, it feels like home. Like, it's just for everybody. Like, you come in and it's like, oh, you're not nervous. I have clients come in for the first time and they feel like, oh, well, I thought you were gonna be, super hard. I thought it was this is gonna be nervous and all that. Like, oh, I actually like this space. It's very inviting. It's comfortable. Yeah. You done working out? Go make some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch TV. Chill. Oh, you want a massage table and stuff like that? All right, go ahead. You need to work? Go to the co-working space.
And again, it removes the intimidation, right? Because you can speak of what we got in the space, and you can say, well, you can go to a gym that does have recovery, does have like all these bells and whistles, but sometimes like the environment makes you like, all right, I'm gonna go in here and work out, now I'm gone, right?
Yeah.
And everybody kind of knows that, like that. I got it in, but I'm not staying.
Yeah, everybody's welcome. Like, you feel very welcome when you're in that space. Like, you don't feel like you're rushed to get out of the gym.
With the amenities, though, I like to, liken it to, a club, right? Club-style gyms or country clubs are going to have lots of things that you can do benefit-wise for being a member.
Yeah.
But what I think happens in that time is because of that transactional nature of that, you lose the community aspect. And so I think it's very cool to see, how this community builds organically through having those extra amenities to make without having to say a word.
Yeah.
You're saying with your amenities, and you're saying with, the way that you guys built it, we want you to hang out. We want you to stay around. We want you to stick around, like, hang out for a while. We're inviting you in with what we have here versus it being like another transactional amenity where it's like you're just doing you're maybe doing some rehab, maybe like some like Normatec boots, or, doing a sauna or doing a cold plunge.
Yeah.
And all those things are great. Of course, we're here to get better, but there might not be a place for them to hang out and get their work done or get a massage or get some rehab done.
Or just converse and like converse with people who aren't just there to get in and out.
Because when I go to Genesis at times, and it just happens to be the gym that's closest to my house and helps me stay consistent. But when I go, I always notice that they have a bunch of tables and chairs.
Yep.
That no one's ever sat in.
Yep. You come to our gym, you'll see a lot of people.
There's like 10 tables and chairs.
It is.
And I always laugh in my head, like, what can they do? And it's like, is it anything that they could do, or is it who do they need to be? Does that make sense? It's like, I don't know what it is about the inviting nature, but it's like all these tables and chairs are here for people to use. Just no one's using them.
It's kind of like what you said. You don't necessarily feel like invited, and that I call it like a family aspect and family environment. You don't feel that when you walk into a Genesis. You feel like you're there to get your workout and leave. You feel like if you're sitting there, you're odd. It's weird to just sit at Genesis after.
Bro, the one in Wichita had a nightclub in it, dude. They just opened a nightclub in the gym. Swear to God, it's like
Trying it out.
We were just talking about this
That's
with a couple of our guests who opened up Sweat House. They're from Wichita and they're wonderful, but they were talking about the new nightclub going on at Genesis, and I was like, that's a real thing. And I was like, is it for real? Like open late? They're like, yes. And I'm like, they're like, it overlooks. It
also
the
has
gym.
like booze and stuff in there.
Oh man.
Like you can buy booze and like, look, you're overlooking the actual facility.
Dude, that's
Somebody
crazy.
just told me that they have an open bar, like a full bar.
Yeah.
I mean, they have that in like the Merriam Tennis Club, but this one has like a dance floor. And I was like, so like you could be at and it's 24-hour downstairs, and so it's like you could be just dancing, getting drunk, and looking down some dudes hitting biceps.
That's crazy.
Yeah, or you just hit biceps. Now you all upstairs sweaty, dancing and getting it on. Like, I don't know how I like the environment.
I gotta get a pump before I go to the club.
Man.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I feel like I'm getting small in this shirt. Let me
Jeff, when he was 19.
I was like, dude, I mean, think about if they launched that during the Jersey Shore era. Just how
God.
they'd
Like,
have gone bananas, dude. People doing GTL right there.
Hey.
This
You
is a
could tan,
protein
gym,
martini.
and party at the same
You know what
time.
I mean? Like,
Yeah. Remember Mike the Situation actually came out with a protein vodka during that era.
That's funny.
Really happened.
see.
It's probably horrible.
They're all still doing spring break and stuff now, I
Right.
think, to make some money.
Wild.
Anyways, we got off a track, but that's just crazy the level of community you guys are building. But through no, it's not forced. That's like it's all organic. And Wes, that's a word I think you use intentionally well. Is that you expect things to happen as they should, not the way that you need them to be. It's all let it happen on an organic nature.
When you see people, just for people, then you can create limitlessly, right? Like when you start to separate who you want to serve and you don't see everybody, or you don't see people changing, right? Like, because everyone could be fully able today doesn't mean that some of my practices and my work won't serve them later. And so again, like looking at it from a full circle, you create a space that sees you before you see yourself, whether it's in this area of fitness or activity to when you possibly decline but still want to be engaged the way you was when you were fully effective. But either way, we see you. And I think that when you're thinking about what is going to separate us from other places is that I think, and I think the team speaks this too. We talk about it a lot. Like I am very intentional about profit. I am intentional about how do we be able to gain from this. But I'm also back on the intention of like, let's just serve community too. And let's see how we can bring people in, and let's make sure that we're not intimidating to the process of people wanting to become well. Mm-hmm. And so that is like our biggest conversations. Like, yeah, we will get to this point at some point, but let's be intentional about how we want to serve people and how we want them to be seen in a space and feel like they belong. So when Ronnie is speaking from, you feel it like that family approach, it is, because you don't, like I came in the space today and it just felt good. You know, like I saw people working in there and I was like, dude, like this is it. You know what I mean? Like this is it. And it's all these different people and backgrounds. And
it's the environment that you wanted, you know, that you created, and you got to see other people valuing it in real time. I mean, is there anything
Absolutely.
better? Yeah, dude. I walk into a store and there's 7 customers in there and they're all smiling and everybody's like, the vibes are high. It's like, man, like this is why I do what I do.
I did my job.
A beautiful thing.
You know what I mean?
And it's all built off the back of serving people.
That's right.
Like serving in your purpose. And that's where I think we excel at.
Dude, I love it. And I think that we're in an era, this is just a personal belief, but I think we're in an era in business when people, you know, I don't think anybody thinks that the economy is doing great right now. And that kind of economy, when things are going in a route where people are kind of unsure with what's going to happen and what's going on, people start to get really selective of where they spend their money. Mm-hmm. Yep. And if you have a business, just, you know, and I'd like to break things down in the most simplistic ways for me personally, but if you have a business where people are thinking transactionally in terms of like, you know, I'll do that extra thing or I'll do that extra work if I get paid, or if I get, you know, I want to guarantee that I'm going to get this monthly recurring, whatever, you know, contracts and you know, all the things that go with that. Unfortunately, you're losing the spirit of why you're doing what you're doing. You gotta give, and you gotta keep giving until people recognize that it's who you are and it's not conditional.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I think that in an era like we're in, businesses that truly have, you know, positive intent and truly live in alignment with their mission are the ones that flourish, you know? And if you get, and if you're not doing it that way, it's quick to get exposed in a time like that. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. You know, and when you think about creating, because I share the vision, and of course, the team that we have, everyone kind of really put their input in. We ask questions. I ask like, all right, what do y'all think about this? Like all of these different things. But you think like when I'm going into a space and I'm having to just start, how hard it's going to be. And I remember going into the space and it's just, you know, wall to wall, it's empty. And I'm like, what do we do? And I remember telling Ronnie, like, listen, I need you to go I started buying all the like paint supplies. I remember the first day Ronnie went in there, he laid all the paper out. It was everywhere. And he was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to put it all out. And that was like the start of us understanding that we wanted to be hands-on with this vision. We wanted to really be in there showing up and seeing it come true. And with that, we found other people in the community that did the same thing. I always tell people, like, as much as I thought it was going to be intimidating and we were going to like the build out and we were going to spend all this money on the development of this space, there were just people in the community that has really showed up for us. I mean, it was from electricians to contractors, and people are like, oh, this is the vision. All right, I'm coming in to help. I don't want to ask for nothing. You know, it was times where we would come in 2-3 days later and certain spaces were completely painted. It was completely done for us. Our lounge space, we had a lady, her name is Emily. I love her. She works with Restoration Hardware. And so she came in to volunteer her time to do our interior design. Now, I thought that was something really great because she didn't have to do it, but she wanted to say, like, well, I do this design thing all the time, but I want to be able to do it somewhere where community is seen first. And so she came and she showed up for us on that. And then we talk a lot about our holistic approach. So when you go in there, there's plants. I think we got like 15, 20 plants. It's a lot
everywhere.
It's a lot of plants.
Yeah.
And I always been a plant daddy, so I was cool with the plants. I brought a few from home, but West Bottoms Plant Company actually donated at least about 12 to 13 plants once they heard about the vision.
Yep.
And that was it.
Bro, what you're saying is, you know, echoing what we talked about before the podcast, where it's like, you do right by people, you know, you do right in the community, you know, you create these relationships and, you know, you do what you say you're going to do over time. And it's like, once you kind of, you know, move into a point in your life where you need some help, you know, you got an army of people there that are willing to help just because of the relationships you guys have built over the years. You know, that's awesome to hear.
Absolutely. That's where my gratitude comes in too a lot. Is just knowing that it wasn't just me and it wasn't just Ronnie, it wasn't our other team, it was everybody.
Right.
And everybody got a chance to put their print on. Like, even if we got to do something tomorrow, we're in a collective conversation to say who can show up, who can do it. Sometimes it's someone that's not even part of our team that'll be like, oh, I'll do it. That's community for us. And they feel like home. So their buy-in even to the product isn't something that's overwhelming because they feel like they're a part of it.
Right.
Because they truly are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's you know, you mentioned that anytime I think you do a first build out for a gym or for a business, there's lessons you learn along the way. What would you like to see in a brand new space? If you were to move into a brand new inclusive, what kind of changes would you guys like to see?
Oh man, probably
it can go like a couple different ways. Because we've had talks like, if we were to open another location, stuff like that, how would it be? What would it be geared towards? Like right now, it's everything, but other spaces would be like more recovery and rehab and mobility. It could be one that's just like all gym, one big ass co-working space. But you know,
So so like for us, the conversation is scale, right? Like I definitely feel like I this is the way I refer to the space we're in now. I'm like, this is like a model home. And like, we needed people to see the vision. We needed to create everything that we could do in one small space and let people understand what we're trying to do here. And now we think bigger. So I want to double the square footage from the location that we're at. And when we double the square footage, then we can now become more effective in certain areas, like Ronnie was saying. So maybe the recovery is a lot larger, or maybe the co-working is more intentional. Maybe we do one for just group classes, because we do find value in groups, especially just with my organization and some of the other trainers that's in the space. Everyone does their own specific group classes, and those really bring out a lot of people. So we know that we want to be intentional about that as well. But again, like wellness can be limitless when you think about all the things you can put in it under that title. And so that's kind of how we look at it. You know, I definitely had a lot of hiccups with this build out. Just because older building, you got to worry about doors and trying to figure out like
walls.
Walls are really,
walls.
I talk about our weak brick walls every day. I was like, I've never seen so much weak ass bricks.
Come to my house, Wes. I just replaced the entire front of my house, and it was all brick, and it all blew over in a storm.
Dang.
Oh,
So you're just, man, just bringing up some real dark times for me.
I tell Ronnie, I'm like, if something just ran through this building, it is done for. There's no way these bricks are so soft.
Bro,
like, what the heck?
Look up tuck pointing, get it done. I'm telling you right now. I did not. And it did not work out well for me. So know that. But with the building, was it already set up at all for, any kind of adaptation, anything that helps with disability? Was it anything set up in your favor like that? Or did you guys have to do a lot to the building to make it more inclusive?
There was just, it definitely kind of was on code, if I could put it like that. Whatever the requirements from the previous business and things, they definitely had to be on code. So the bathrooms, we have 2, and they're pretty large, and they're very accessible. They have bars and things in them already. It's 0 entry. So that's always a plus. So the only thing that we've had to do is try to because again, when we're thinking about inclusion, we're constantly thinking about how does this really meet everybody and their needs. So we had water fountains that was in the building when we first got in there. Just old school water fountains. And, of course, like most gyms now, you got for the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Bottle filler.
And so, but we have amazing relationship with people over at Colligan. And so they have this water cooler that is touchless, right? You just put your finger up on it and the water comes out. And so for us, that made the most sense than having water fountains because, that's not always inclusive. Like I'm in my wheelchair, but my knees might knock the lower one, right? Mm-hmm. Depending on the height of my chair. But touchless, so anyone that has hand issues don't have to worry about pressing anymore. They just put their hand in front of it. So it was certain things okay, this works, but how can we make it work better? Same way with the door, 0 entry, but yes, we need a wave door opener. Yeah. No one should have to access it where that they have to swing the door open. It's not a heavy door, so I'm grateful for that. Because our last location, the door was heavy. It felt like bank vault heavy. Mm-hmm. So that one, we were really intentional about having that type of access. But those are the small changes that we've seen ourselves having to do. And then, of course, just equipment and things like that. You just mindful enough to know what speaks to everyone and what doesn't.
Mm-hmm. What future amenities do you guys foresee for this location? I know you'd mentioned something before we got on the mic, about the timing of when people can get there.
Oh yeah, for sure. So biggest goal is making this 24/7. I think that everyone should be able to have access to a space that they can grow and become better. And if they are paying a membership or something like that, then they should be able to come whenever they want. And so that's one of the biggest goals for us is to make it 24/7. Outside of that, we've been in conversation with different equipment companies that are actually now getting into creating adaptive equipment. So we're really excited about potentially getting some trial equipment into the space that we can be able to use and test that are really tailored to people with disabilities or wheelchair users or whatever the case may be. So again, really exploring that inclusivity of the space in all things is what we're excited about that's coming. And then of course, right now, we're wanting people to come and feel the vibe of the space, but I would say by January 1, you will really feel the intention of the space. I don't want you to have to go into the co-working space if you don't co-work, right? Mm-hmm. But if you are in there working, I want you to understand it's going to be a private space, it's going to be a quiet space, it's going to be a space that you can actually thrive in. So those things are where we have to do certain practices and bring some more equipment in to make that more effective. And so that's where I really see the big boom for us. It's when people can know that they can go into a certain space and they find the privacy within that space, then I think that they will love it even more. And so that's what we're looking for and what we're working toward.
Nice.
Yeah, man, I think you guys really have something special going. Is there anything like you'd want our listeners to know more about as far as
anything that you guys have coming up that you want to, promote?
Yeah, we got an open house.
Open house.
Our open house is December 3rd. It's International Day for People with Disabilities, so we thought it was a cool little day to do it. But it's also like your last
Is that
month.
a Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday from 6 to 9. And we'll start promoting it actually today. And we will have some cool vendors. We'll have a lot of different people there. PNC Bank is looking to do some financial literacy education there as well. So again, kind of really a way that we can kind of show people, like our grand opening was great, but there were still areas that we knew that we needed to improve. So the open house is really like, everybody's setting their New Year goals already. So it's like, how can we welcome you into a space while you setting the tone for your New Year resolutions and like know that this space is built and fit for you and see you. And so that's what our open house is. It's just another day to really show what we're trying to do and the bigger vision for the community.
To be clear, and I want to make sure our listeners understand, like, this is a gym specifically for everyone, as in like it's a general membership gym.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's no special hoops or anything you got to jump through.
No.
Nope.
What's the best way for everybody to get a hold of you?
I would say social media is great. Inclusiv KC. So inclusive is spelled with the V. Exclude the E. I know that can be complicated, but it's inclusive_KC on Instagram and Facebook. Inclusive. Well, hold on. What's the inclusivkc.com. If you go to our website, you can go down to like our chat bot down at the bottom, and you can actually inquire about doing tours. If you have any questions about like what we're trying to offer, what we are offering already, that would be the best way to like contact us and just kind of reach out. And I mean, if you are in the area, our doors are open, and if we're operating out of there, we would love to see you and welcome you in, and even spend time to share with you.
Show you around the place and everything.
Absolutely.
We got a typical question we asked both you guys already on your individual podcasts about barbecue, but we got Thanksgiving coming up next week. I got to hear your guys.
Hold on.
Number one item. What?
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to ask him the Thanksgiving question.
I got two questions now. I've got two questions now because Kyle just reminded me. One, is macaroni and cheese a actual Thanksgiving side or not?
I think so.
Yes, all right.
Yeah. I don't think it's like the complete meal, but it's definitely a side.
On Thanksgiving, it might be.
Yeah.
You're telling me you guys
If
every
the mac and
Thanksgiving
cheese-
you had growing up had mac and cheese.
I said, dude, you're not going to have mac and cheese at your Thanksgiving? Kyle said, I'm not a child. I said, are you kidding me, dude?
What are you
mac and
asking?
cheese does not discriminate there's no age range. We're not having like
Hold on.
Like,
You guys are telling me that mac and cheese are on the same level as like stuffing and cranberry sauce,
Absolutely.
yes,
and rolls.
Dude,
Yes.
as
They're not
a-
shaped like Spider-Man, Kyle.
mac
It's
and
real
cheese
good
is
mac
up
and
there.
cheese.
As a person that loves health and good food and clean food, I look forward to my mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
First of all, I'm not not a fan of mac and cheese. I just said it is not a staple side for Thanksgiving, and Luke agrees with me.
He also said, I'm not a child.
I did say that.
Let's not forget
Right.
the way that you tried to put me in that place.
Well,
I'm trying to tell you right now, dude. I get that. Like, we're not getting
okay.
crap
So
blue box mac and cheese.
Second question: what is the best Thanksgiving side? What you guys' favorite?
All about the sides. All about the sides.
Nobody likes a dry turkey.
Kind of different because
yeah.
the past couple of years, I don't really like Thanksgiving food.
Same.
Wow.
Like it's not
Same.
It's not as good anymore. Like just the older you get, I feel like you grow out of it.
I think he's been to a couple Wesley's Lit Givens and
Yeah, we don't have
Call
regular
him
Thanksgiving
Wesley's
food.
Lick Giving. That's the greatest name ever.
So I have this traditional Thanksgiving dinner that I've done for the last 3-4 years, and it was really to say I want you to eat all the Thanksgiving food with your family and friends, and then we're gonna go have fun with good food. So lamb chops and like mac and cheese. We definitely still have mac and cheese, but it was like I was really intentional about like having different food that was not so much Thanksgiving-ish, but on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so that
could be why. I never actually thought of that.
It really just took the mindset away from like, oh, this is traditional food to, oh, we can actually eat this too.
Right.
And so it would always be a late evening event, but it was always like, go have that food with your family and friends, and then I'm going to go have a professional chef go cook this up for us, and we're going to have a good time and eat.
You know what my wife's been doing the last couple of years is she smokes a brisket. And she slipped it in, and she's like, "This is now Thanksgiving." And I haven't argued with it. I'm like, "This is way better than turkey." So
I would. I mean, I don't like, turkey is juicy at times, but I don't like dry turkey.
Yeah, man, we might have to smoke a brisket this year. We're hosting Thanksgiving, and I'm like, we might have to do something like that, and then do like a turkey breast for the traditionalists.
Kim, she asked no one. She just was like, "Now we're having a brisket," and I'm like, "Okay."
I mean, I would prefer brisket over ham.
Right. She runs that house.
Yeah.
Now, I don't eat pork, but when I did, I would prefer, like if I had brisket and ham next to each other, I'll probably go for the brisket.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not even
for sure. Yeah. So what was your favorite side, Ronnie?
Favorite side? It's like a mix of three. If I mix them together.
Oh yeah. I already like where you're going with this.
Stuffing,
Yep.
gravy,
No.
cranberry sauce,
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato.
Stuffing, and macaroni.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean that's
I think I would have that 3.
that sounds like a solid combo.
Don't it?
I gotta have the cranberry sauce in there because I'm a sweet and salty guy.
I don't like cranberry.
Oh
Yeah, it's such a hit or miss, man. It's such a polarizing one.
I like cranberry sauce, but
Like if it's
I'm talking not the stuff out of the can,
Yeah, I
not
like
the stuff out of the can.
okay.
The jelly. I'm not a fan.
and
That's what I had as a kid, and I've been scarred ever
that's
since.
what I had.
So then your comment would be like cranberry sauce. I'm not a kid, right?
Right. I just saw it as a kid and was scarred for life, dude. It came out of the can,
And it was jiggly,
you know what I'm saying? That sound it made whenever it just like
and then
finally
you just
escaped.
cut it nicely. They just cut it like cake and bake it.
Right.
No, I'm just gonna lay it out.
Like,
no,
nah, bro.
I'm like, people eat this on purpose.
Like, no.
We had a Jello mold too.
It helps
man.
the dry turkey not taste so dry. Like
I don't know what year it was, but I feel like everybody just at one year, just like slowly but surely, everybody just stopped making Jello.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't had a Jello mold in 20 years.
I don't think I've ever had a Jello mold, but I don't think I've had Jello in a long time either.
Yeah. Jello just used to show up at events with people.
did.
As a kid, I was more of a pudding guy. You know what I'm saying?
Really,
I was like, get this
or like
Jello
fruit
out of here. I want
salad?
pudding.
I haven't had any of that.
You have fruit salad. I think they do like the cold little pasta salads now. Like they just switched it up.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, we don't want that.
I don't want that.
Other gross cold sides. Cold sides in general. Just
It's
get 'em out.
crazy, man. I don't get it.
All right. Well, green bean casserole is awesome. You guys should have shouted it out, but I'll shout out green bean casserole.
I don't think I've ever had it, bro.
Dude, with the
I'm
fried
sorry.
onions on the top.
Oh, and it's like gravy and green beans. So good.
It's good.
So good.
Maybe
I've seen
I have
it.
it.
I've never actually tried it.
It's good.
All good. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving to you guys if we don't see you. Thanks for
Absolutely.
being on.
Congrats
here
on
tonight.
the new location. Excited for you guys, man. Excited for you
Thank you.
guys.
Dude, you guys are great people. I love what you guys are doing for the community, and I love how they're showing up for you guys, and excited to see where Inclusive goes.
Absolutely.
Thanks, dudes.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.